In the remote highlands of Kenya's Amboseli National Park, an elderly male lion named Simba had lived alone for many years. His once powerful body was now lean, his thick mane reduced to sparse, graying strands. In his prime, Simba had been the revered leader of a formidable pride, his commanding presence, booming roar, and scarred visage striking fear into the hearts of the savannah's inhabitants. His battle mark spoke of triumphs over rivals and hunts that sustained his kin. Yet nature's unyielding cycle spares no one, and age slowly claimed his vigor. When he sensed his steps growing heavy and his claws dulling, he chose to leave his pride. With a quiet glance at his descendants thriving in the grasslands, he slipped away, leaving behind the days of his reign. Simba's solitary journey led him to the wild, rocky hills of Amboseli, a rugged expanse rarely touched by humans, where the wind whistled through craggy peaks. There he found a small cave, its shadowed interior a refuge from the relentless sun. Each morning he emerged stiffly, raising his weathered head to feel the breeze sweep across the cliffs. Memories of his youth sometimes surfaced, his roars echoing as he repelled challengers, the warmth of his pride under the vast night sky. But those moments were like distant breezes, soft and fleeting. To survive, he hunted small game, rabbits or young antelope, his movements slow, hindered by old wounds that ached in the cool dawn. Yet Simba persisted, his solitary existence a testament to his enduring spirit. His faint paw prints marked the stony ground, a private record of his grueling path. As seasons passed, Simba's strength faded, but his will to live flickered on. His once mighty frame grew frail, each step a labor, yet he pressed forward, driven by instinct older than the hills. One overcast afternoon, with heavy clouds looming, Simba spotted a lone impala on a rocky ridge. It was a chance for a vital meal before nightfall. Mustering his waning strength, he stalked forward, navigating the steep, uneven terrain. His pace was sluggish, his breath shallow, but his hunter's resolve burned fiercely. The impala, sensing danger, darted toward a distant cliff, its hooves scattering pebbles as it fled. Simba pursued, his muscles quivering, each stride a defiance of his aging body. Tragedy struck when his paw slipped on loose gravel, sending him tumbling down a sharp ravine. A brief roar escaped as he clawed desperately at the cliff's edge, his worn nails scraping for grip. Below, fierce winds battered his weakened frame. The impala vanished, leaving Simba stranded on the jagged slope. He growled defiantly, his cry echoing through the hills, blending fury and despair. For 3 grueling hours he fought to climb, his roars weakening into hoarse moans. His claws etched shallow scratches in the rock, but his strength drained away. Exhausted, he gazed at the gray sky, as if accepting that his long journey might end here, claimed by the merciless earth. Yet fate sometimes weaves a final act of grace. At that moment, a man named Baraka, a seasoned ranger of Amboseli National Park, was driving a nearby trail. Baraka had spent decades protecting the park's wildlife, his hands calloused from years of tracking and care. En route to the ranger station, he caught the faint, anguished groans of a lion. He stopped his truck, stepping out cautiously to trace the sound. Guided by experience, Baraka reached the ravine and saw Simba clinging to the cliff's edge. The sight, a once proud beast reduced to trembling desperation, stirred both awe and urgency. He knew the danger of approaching a wild predator, but also that waiting for a rescue team could be fatal. Simba's twitching muscles and labored breath signaled time was running out. "Old King, I'll help you, but don't fight me." Simba dipped his head, a weary gesture of trust, too drained for resistance. Baraka braced himself, knowing this was a singular chance to save a life. He gripped Simba's forepaws, feeling the heavy weight of the lion's body diminished but still formidable. Simba strained, his hind legs scrabbling against the rock, claws seeking traction. The struggle was a battle against gravity and time. Pebbles and dust rained down, stinging Baraka's face as he pulled. Each moment stretched, a test of endurance for both. Baraka's arms burned, his heart raced, but he refused to let go. Simba's grunts mixed with the wind, his body inching upward with painful slowness. The rock shifted, threatening to drag both down, yet Baraka held firm, his muscles screaming, his resolve unbroken. At last, with a final heave, Simba reached solid ground, collapsing in a heap. Baraka slumped beside him, gasping for breath. The lion was safe, his life pulled back from the abyss. Baraka backed away, wary of Simba's reaction. The lion lay still, his breaths ragged but steady. In the silence, man and beast locked eyes, bound by their shared ordeal. As strength returned, Simba stirred, rising shakily. He shook his sparse mane and fixed his gaze on Baraka. In his faded eyes, a spark of gratitude shone, wordless but profound. Baraka, drenched in sweat, offered a faint smile, knowing he'd done something extraordinary, driven by compassion. Simba shuffled closer and Baraka tensed, his hand near his belt. But the lion meant no harm. Instead, he lowered his head to the ground, a primal gesture of thanks, his instincts speaking where words failed. Moved, Baraka reached out, his hand brushing Simba's scarred shoulder, a fleeting bridge between man and wild. The moment lingered, a rare harmony across species. Baraka stepped back, raising a hand in farewell, mindful of the boundaries. Simba answered with a soft, rumbling roar, a respectful echo of parting. The clouds parted, sunlight spilling through, bathing the hills in gold. Baraka turned to his truck, glancing back to ensure Simba was steady. The lion followed a few steps, his gait unsteady but resolute, like a friend bidding farewell. He paused as Baraka reached the vehicle, his eyes fixed on the man who had saved him. Baraka climbed in, his gaze lingering on Simba. He imagined the lion's youth, a proud monarch ruling the plains, his roar a challenge to the stars. Time had eroded his strength, but not his dignity. Baraka started the engine, the truck rolling toward the station. Simba turned, his steps heavy as he moved toward the shadowed forest. Their encounter was a miracle, a fleeting union of human kindness and wild resilience. The sunlight bathed the hills, a quiet blessing for two souls who had faced death together. Baraka knew this day would stay with him, a story etched in his heart. Simba, spared by chance and mercy, likely carried his own silent memory of the man who pulled him from the brink. In Amboseli's highlands, the cliffs stood as witnesses to compassion, their stones marked by struggle and triumph. The tale closed with Simba's faint roar, drifting through the trees like a song of gratitude for the life he reclaimed. Dear friend, thank you for sharing this journey. Your time means the world. Please like and subscribe to support our channel, and join us for more tales of the wild and the human spirit. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a fiery crimson glow across Kalagati Transfrontier Park in Botswana, the sprawling savanna shimmers with golden grasses, creating a scene both wild and utterly enchanting. Amid this tranquil expanse, a pride of lions, one majestic male with a radiant tawny mane and 5 vigilant females, moves with quiet purpose, their senses attuned to the hunt for prey. The male lion, his powerful frame exuding authority, leads the group deeper into the dense woodland, his mane catching the last rays of sunlight. The 5 lionesses follow closely, their sharp eyes scanning the underbrush for any trace of game, their movements fluid and synchronized. Galagadi Transfrontier Park is renowned for its extraordinary biodiversity, a haven for countless species, yet it is plagued by the ever-present threat of poachers. Hidden within the shadowed depths of the forest, these intruders set treacherous steel traps to capture rhinos for their valuable horns, endangering all wildlife in their greed. Oblivious to the lurking danger, the pride advances leisurely through the trees. Suddenly, the male lion catches a strange, unfamiliar scent and breaks away from the group to investigate. In an instant, his powerful foreleg is ensnared in a cruel steel trap. The trap's jaws snap shut with brutal force, and he lets out a bone-chilling roar of agony that echoes through the forest. Startled by the sound, the 5 lionesses rush to his side, their eyes wide with fear and concern. The male lion struggles desperately to free himself, but each frantic tug only deepens the wound, his roars fading into pained, guttural groans. The trap, designed to immobilize rhinos, grips with unrelenting strength, making escape nearly impossible. As hours crawl by, his strength wanes, and he collapses, panting heavily, his body exhausted. The lionesses remain steadfast, encircling their leader, gently licking his wounds in a display of unwavering loyalty. From dawn until dusk, they stay by his side, their presence a quiet bulwark against despair as the forest is bathed in the warm orange glow of evening, the wind whispering softly through the towering trees. A sudden noise shatters the stillness, the low hum of a vehicle's engine. Thabo, a dedicated park ranger, is driving home after his daily patrol through the vast park. Hearing a faint distressed growl, he halts his vehicle and steps out, his heart sinking as he discovers the male lion ensnared, surrounded by the wary lionesses. He immediately recognizes the trap as a poacher's device, intended for rhinos but now threatening the life of this magnificent creature. With darkness descending rapidly, returning to the ranger station for reinforcements is not an option. Poachers could return at any moment to check their trap and kill the lion to cover their tracks. Resolved to act, Thabo prepares a tranquilizer gun as a precaution, his hands steady despite the gravity of the moment. He approaches slowly, his hands raised high to signal peace and non-aggression. The lionesses growl softly, their muscles tense, but they hold their ground, watching him intently. The male lion, sensing potential aid, quiets his whimpers, his eyes locked on Thabo. Sweat beads on Thabo's forehead and trickles down his back as he sets the tranquilizer gun aside, choosing to confront the trap directly. The lion's leg is swollen, blood oozing from the deep wound, a heart-wrenching sight. Speaking in soft, soothing tones, though he knows the lions cannot understand his words, Thabo grips the cold, unyielding steel. The trap's chain is tightly wound, its mechanism stubbornly resistant. He strains with every ounce of strength, his muscles burning, aware that every passing second is critical to the lion's survival. The forest seems to hold its breath, the air thick with tension. The male lion hisses in pain but remains remarkably still, as if sensing Thabo's intent. 4 of the lionesses edge closer, their instincts urging them to protect their leader, but the lead female blocks their advance, her piercing gaze fixed on Thabo, wary yet tinged with a glimmer of trust. After a grueling 15 minutes of relentless effort, the trap finally gives way, its jaws springing open. The male lion lets out a powerful roar, a raw expression of anguish and relief. Though the wound continues to bleed, he is free from the trap's deadly grip. Thabo swiftly carries the heavy trap to his vehicle, stowing it securely in the trunk, then hurries back with a first aid kit. He disinfects the wound with care, wiping away blood as the lionesses watch in quiet astonishment, their eyes reflecting a mix of curiosity and gratitude. Muttering curses at the poacher's cruelty, Thabo bandages the lion's leg meticulously, taking great care to minimize further pain. Despite the fear coursing through him, Thabo's dedication never wavers. He administers a mild stimulant to aid the lion's recovery, the needle's prick eliciting a slight flinch, but no aggression. The lionesses remain calm, their trust in Thabo palpable in the stillness. As night falls and a cool breeze sweeps through the forest, Thabo hurries to complete his work, packing his tools and retreating to his vehicle. His heart pounds with adrenaline as he glances back at the bandaged lion, now breathing more steadily, though still weakened. After 10 minutes, the stimulant begins to take effect. The male lion stirs, slowly rising on unsteady legs, his movements tentative but determined. The lionesses gather around, nuzzling him gently, their relief evident in their soft vocalizations. Thabo watches from a safe distance, ensuring the lion's stability. The male lion turns his head, meeting Thabo's gaze with a calm, almost knowing look that forges a fleeting but profound connection between man and beast. Thabo nods in quiet farewell, starts the engine and drives away, stealing one last glance at the pride, standing sentinel until his vehicle disappears into the darkening forest. The Kalagati forest settles into a hushed night as the last traces of the sunset fade. The rescue becomes a cherished memory etched deep in Thabo's heart, a testament to courage and compassion. Each evening as he drives back from his patrols, he passes the site of the rescue, pausing to listen to the gentle rustle of the wind and the vibrant pulse of nature. One day he catches sight of the male lion in the distance, its powerful form silhouetted against the horizon, watching his vehicle with quiet intensity. The four lionesses lurk nearby in the bushes, alert but non-threatening, their presence a silent acknowledgement. Thabo smiles, recognizing the lion he saved, its tawny mane unmistakable even in the twilight. The following day, the scene repeats. The male lion trails Thabo's vehicle for nearly 5 kilometers, its steady gait a quiet companion before it melts into the dense undergrowth. Thabo sees this as the lion's subtle expression of gratitude, a gesture that transcends the divide between human and animal. Over time, this ritual becomes a cherished part of Thabo's routine, deepening his connection to the park and its wild inhabitants. The lion's trusting gaze, meeting his own each evening, serves as a daily reminder of the extraordinary bond forged in that moment of crisis. A bond that speaks to the power of empathy and the shared pulse of life in the wild. This quiet communion fills Thabo with a profound sense of purpose and joy, a testament to the delicate yet enduring thread that can connect humanity to the natural world. Each patrol ends with this silent exchange, a moment of mutual respect that reaffirms his commitment to protecting the park and its creatures. The memory of that fateful evening, when courage overcame fear, remains a guiding light, illuminating the path toward harmony between man and beast in the heart of Kagalagati. Dear friend, thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to support my channel.